We get so lost in our wandering minds. Our culture has trained us to be distracted. I mean, think about it. How many directions does your mind go in a day, in an hour, in a minute? Our minds are constantly wandering, but I would bet that there's a consistent theme to your thoughts. We all have our own unique thinking patterns, and we all have those particular thoughts that seem to be ever present. The ones that we get stuck on, that seem to get stuck on us, right? These are the thoughts that become the stories we tell ourselves. And sadly, these stories are often based in some sort of fear or insecurity, judgment, jealousy, anger. Pick your poison. You know what it is, right? These stories play on repeat in our heads. Over and over and over again, we listen to these false stories, giving them immense power. We think ourselves into so much trouble because what we think turns into what we say and what we do. But let's not get too down on our thinking minds here, because remember, it's the job of our minds to think. We're not going to stop the mind from thinking, but we can give the mind the thought to think. Hear that again. We can give the mind the thought we want to think. We can train the mind. Our culture has trained our minds to be distracted. Our own habits of thinking have trained our minds to tell certain stories over and over and over again. All of this training may have been unintentional on our part, but we have the ability to interrupt our current habits and do the work of intentional mind training. This is mantra practice. And our mantra practice can become a deep part of our prayer practice when the mantra we choose is infused with meaning and intention. In 1 Thessalonians, we're told to pray without ceasing. Living in constant prayer is a beautiful and serious form of mind training. We are shaped by our thoughts. Our speech and our actions stem from our thoughts. What we think matters. So, what if we choose a thought, choose a mantra designed to help us connect with something bigger than ourselves, bigger than our insecurity and jealousy? What if we choose a thought designed to help us drop down from the wandering mind into the heart? And what if we made a commitment to chant this mantra several times a day? It might just change our thought patterns. So I'd like to offer you a simple Sanskrit mantra. It's part of a larger mantra that roots us in our heart and the eternal wisdom found there. In English, it says, "Let my life force be linked to my heart. Let my heart be linked to the truth within me. Let this truth be linked to the eternal." In many traditions, the heart is considered the seat of our wisdom, the seat of our illumined mind. As we connect more deeply with the felt sensations of our heart, we're able to strengthen our intuition and align more closely with our own internal compass. When we root ourselves in our heart, we're able to stay grounded in the depths of our own truth and being. What if the story that ran constantly through our mind, instead of the false stories of anxiety and judgment that we're used to, was a prayer asking for connection with heart, truth, and eternal being? I think it could change things. So I invite you into this practice of mantra, into the practice of praying without ceasing. Put in the effort and you can learn to direct your thoughts. You can change the stories playing on repeat in your mind. You can remember to stay connected and grounded in the wisdom of your heart. Hrydayam Mayi, aham amrite, amritam brahmani, amritam brahmani. Hrydayam Mayi, aham amrite, Amritam Brahmani, Amritam Brahmani, Hrydayam Mayi, Aham Amrite, Amritam Brahmani, Amritam Brahmani.